What's up, y'all? So I was coming on here because I was thinking about something. A lot of the time, no, you're not the problem, but you're a part of the problem if you're not resolving the problem. Like if you're not taking action and you're just allowing the problem to continue and repeat and repeat and repeat, then you're a part of the problem. You know, I can recall when I was in law enforcement, and it was this girl, and every week we was consistently responding to her place because she was allowing the guy to come in, be abusive to her, whether it be emotional or physical, and we handle the situation how we, are allowed by law to handle, and then she continues to, break restraining and just by her allowing the abusive person to come back into your life, just letting them come back each time. And I think this was an ongoing thing, and we were at our wits end because no, she wasn't the problem. We knew who the problem was, but she was a part of the problem because she was enabling him to continue to uh carry out the abuse. And a lot of us, we got to keep it real with ourselves, and that's something that we tend to not do. We tend to point out everything everybody else do, or what everybody else do to us. But a lot of the time, we're doing it to ourselves. We're the problem. Sometimes we're a part of the problem. Like I said again, if you're not trying to resolve the problem or rectify the situation, then you are a part of the problem. And it's just that simple. Because once a person establish boundaries, and once a person heal themselves, and once a person love themselves, and once a person raise their vibration, you know what I'm saying? Those are actions that you're taking to resolve the problem, because abuse is not okay. And see, when you stay in it and you tend to normalize the abuse, see, I'm guilty of it, so I can speak on this all day long. And you tend to normalize it and you tend to accept it, you're not helping the problem. The problem can't change because the problem don't think that it's the problem, because you're not trying to leave. You're just allowing things to happen to you. And you don't value yourself. You don't love yourself if you're allowing a person to mistreat you, abuse you, verbally abuse you. Just look. You can't fool me. At some point of another, you got to realize and you got to understand when enough is enough. Like, you got to realize when enough is enough. And it's just that simple. A lot of people come into our lives to teach us lessons. And a lot of time, the lesson has already been given, but yet and still we don't even pick up on the lesson. And if you don't learn the lesson, you're gonna continue to go through life and meet those people just in different bodies with different faces, but they're gonna treat you the same. They're gonna mimic that person's behavior as the prior person, because you didn't learn the lesson. So that's the universe way of trying to get your attention, so you can learn the lesson, so you can heal yourself, so you can love yourself, so you can raise your vibration, so you can know what it is you deserve, your self-worth, so you can value yourself. And then a lot of us, we tend to not be open to criticism. And a lot of people don't know, a lot of time constructive criticism can lead a person to changing. It can lead a person to leveling up once you identify what it is that a person is bringing to you. Like a person trying to tell you about yourself and you don't want to listen, you defensive, that you're in denial. A lot of times you're in denial. Change comes about when we are aware of a certain action, or we are aware of certain things we're allowing to happen. And a lot of people wait until it's too late, and they wait and they wait and they wait until things has really gotten ugly. But just up to you. People can't do that. Like, I don't. But long as you heal yourself, long as you love yourself. A lot of us, we grow up. A lot of us have got to reteach ourselves. A lot of us got to unlearn things and relearn things. I mean, unlearn things and then establish a new way of learning new things, because we weren't taught how to love ourselves when we were little. It starts, in your childhood. If you weren't taught to love yourself, if you had a very strict upbringing, or your parents was very strict and you couldn't voice your opinions, and you can't, so then you become hush, you hush a lot of, and you silence a lot of emotions that's within. So we tend to gravitate toward aggressive partners. And that's not good for us, because we're so submissive, and we tend to gravitate toward that aggressiveness, because we're gravitating toward things that we're familiar with. If your parent was aggressive, then 9 times out of 10 you're gonna want somebody that's aggressive like that. But that's shit that we gotta break. We gotta stop gravitating toward what's familiar. What's familiar to us, because that's what we're comfortable with. See, we got to start stepping outside our comfort zone. You don't want to be comfort. Comfort don't allow you to change. Comfort don't allow you to put on those glasses and see through, those glasses with the real clear lens, with the real clear perspective. It just don't. Like, a lot of us, we got to sit down and we got to go all the way back to our childhood and our upbringing. And we got to break those generational curses, because half of the time their mom or dad didn't teach them how to love themselves. So how can they teach us? So we can't blame. We got to stop blaming and move towards accepting that, yeah, we may be the problem. Yeah, we may be a part of the problem. But here's the solution. Here's how we're going to